here. Shall I use the soil as well?
Hmm?
Shall I use it? I don't know what's that.
Yeah, where's it from?
It's from different plants that I've like propagated and had to take stuff out. There's nothing wrong with it. Just needs water. I'll bury in here as well. Just give it a mix. Compost is expensive. I try not to waste it. This isn't going to do anything. Put half there, then you can put the rest. Shall I open the other bag?
Yeah, we probably will need it.
Yeah. Broadbeans. Hi guys, welcome to another channel. Today we're going to be planting some broadbeans, which my husband is helping me do today. I planted these about 4 weeks ago, maybe 5, I think 4 or 5 weeks ago, and now they're ready to be, maybe not 5 weeks, I think it was less than that, because they're not actually that big. But now they're ready to go into bigger pots, so that's what we're going to do today. It's very, very hot, so we're starting early. It's like 9 o'clock, because it's going to get even hotter. So just going to show you the process. Hopefully you can see what we're doing. And it's really easy to do. You just put them in trays to start off with, and they grow really quickly. So I don't know if they're going to come out this season, just because I started late, but we'll see what happens. And I'm going to show you some progress as the weeks go by. So yeah, I must have started in early May, I think, and now I'm putting them in here. So we'll see what happens. They're meant to grow big, but I don't know what's going to happen this summer. We'll see. So we've got the soil in here now. Oh, do you need to? Oh, it's over. I'll move the wall.
Hey, ready to plant?
Yes, ready to plant. Ready to go. So I probably have about 40. They're not all going to fit in here because we don't have enough space. So we'll see how many will fit. And then we have another veg plant in our clothes, which I'm going to show you after this. And we'll see if we can plant some in there as well.
I
think, yeah, because they're going to go big, aren't they? You don't want them squished. Show you. This is what they look like after just probably about a couple of weeks, between 4 and 5 weeks. They're all the roots there. It looks really healthy, definitely ready to be planted in. some pots. Also don't know if my pots are big enough, but we'll see as the summer goes. We'll see what happens. If they seem too small, I can always change them into bigger ones. There's ants on them. Have disappeared on here. See, we're definitely not going to fit many. I've got loads left. We're not going to fit many in here. Do you think I should buy one more pot of B&Q tomorrow?
Honey, hold on.
I was saying, do you think I should go and buy one more pot at B&Q tomorrow?
Nah. I ain't got enough.
Huh?
I ain't got enough.
Oh my gosh, it's falling apart. Oh, there's another one growing there. I'll have to give them feed as well tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but... Oh, you still don't really go today. I'm gonna put a bit of plant feed. Just putting a little bit of plant feed. My trusted favourite. I always do this. Just give them a good start. Soil. Do you need any more soil? That? It's going really well with it.
Oh yeah. Pass me another one. Just pass me one. No, just pass me one. This one looks like it's doing well.
Is that it? I don't even have a hat. That's pretty much it. Sorry, excuse the sweat. I'm going to show you the progress in our garden so far. Slow progress, but it's going. I always worry because of the season. It's like the season is so short here. The seasons are so short, it's so frustrating. So sometimes I think I can only Like, I wanted to do cucumbers. It's too late to do cucumbers now, so I have to wait till next year. I can't do cucumbers, can't do courgettes, because I've left it too late. I have to be organized and planned. So, well, next year's another year, I guess. But these are my, if you can see, I'm going to turn the camera around. If I can do that, can't do that. Okay. Right, so this is parsley. It's been growing for weeks now. Feels like forever. It seems to have accelerated lately, so that's okay. These are growing really slow. These, I can't remember what this is. My neighbor gave us this. Oh, these are peppers. They grow really slowly, but I think I need to give them some extra feed. That is like, those are my tomatoes, and they don't look very good. Those are always the hardest to grow. They look like they're going, but they just don't look, they don't look healthy. That's a bit of a disaster. I had initially planted, I did a video where I planted strawberries, and then they started to come out, but again, strawberries I find really difficult. That was my second attempt. And then I planted some herbs, and it rained a lot, and then all the seeds came out. So I'm going to start this again and do something else, because obviously that's not working. Perhaps I think I might have sown them too high up. So when it rained, all the seeds came up. And also, by the way, this pot is not drilled, and that's another problem. I need to drill this pot at the bottom. And just to mention again, sorry, I'm jumping around, but these are the Broadbeans we've just done. So make sure that you drill the pots at the bottom if you don't have already drilled pots, because it's not good for the water just to stay in there. So I got my husband to drill the bottom of the pots, and that way there's some drainage, which is good. It looks, I'm excited to see them grow. Going back to our veg plot, that's some basil, which we planted, and yesterday we just bought it from the shop and planted it. We'll see how that goes. I know they don't like, the pot does say lots of sun, but I tried that and they get wilted if you put them in the sun, and the weather's really hot at the moment, so I don't really know what's going to happen with those. I'll just keep watering them, because this pot is in the sunshine most of the time. These are my red onions. Again, you can see that this pot is not drilled underneath, so there's no drainage, but they're on their way. You can see, look at that, they're on their way. I just hope they don't die before they're ready to be eaten. Not long now, give it another maybe 10 days, I hope, all being well. But you can see the weather's hot, look at that. So I don't know what to do about that. I might have to move them in the shade, which I have tried, but again, the sun only goes after lunchtime here, so I might have to move them somewhere else. I think it's just too much, the heat, even though they're being watered a lot. So I am going to move it today. I don't want to lose them just before I harvest. Yeah, what else do we have here? And then I'm going to try and make my little veg patch a little bit prettier. I bought that over, oh, I'll show you closer. I bought that the other day. I thought it was really cute. It says veg patch. I don't know if you can see that. I actually want to make it look really cute. I'm going to start buying little bits and bobs just to make it colourful and pretty. But that's the progress so far. It is slow progress, but it's progress. Yeah. Hi guys, I've just gone to the garage because it's too hot, even though it's like 9 o'clock. It is so hot. I can't be outside. Garage is nice and cool. But it's just to say, I hope you did enjoy the video today. And it's a short one, but I just wanted to just document myself filming the Broadbeans, just so I can look back and once they grow big, remember how small they were. Because I get satisfaction in looking back and actually taking photos and thinking, oh, well, actually, this is how far they've come. And, you know, it's just, I was just, the other day, I just felt really discouraged. Because I just felt like I've, you know, gone backwards in the things that I've been, you know, progressing in. You know, there's a lot of things that, I don't know, for some reason I got really frustrated the last week or so, thinking, oh, like all that God's been doing, I feel like I've gone backwards now, or I've let myself down, or I've let God down, and I guess I haven't. Like, even with the plants, sometimes I look at my plants, I think, oh, the progress is there. It's slow, but it's there. You know, it's like 1 foot, you know, taking one step after another, you know, little by little. And like, I guess I'm growing in a lot of things. Like, you know, I have purpose. I I'm fruitful. No matter what it looks like, I am fruitful. This is, for those of you who don't know, it's a beginner gardening channel, but this is also a spiritual channel. And I love how, I have said this in one of my other videos, I love how like God uses plants as an analogy to life. And I do think, you know, I am growing spiritually. I have purpose, and just a few days I thought I'm just going backwards. I felt really discouraged. So, and not, you know, yeah, progress is definitely there. Sorry, I sound like I'm ranting. I apologize, but the progress is definitely there. And God's always doing a new thing, no matter what it looks like. And I had a bad day yesterday, but he's doing a new thing each and every day. And it's just better to rest in him, rest in his strength, and not be overwhelmed or feel like I'm not doing enough, or, you know, I'm not doing what God's purposed me to do. Because it's like a tree, you know, like he is the branch and he helps us blossom. You know, without him we won't blossom. And again, I'm ranting, but it is hot. I'm trying to stay sane. It is very, very hot. Yeah, it's just, I'm just going to try and enjoy my day today. Not feel discouraged. Just remember who I am. I am, you know, I am a daughter of the King, so I need to really act like one and not feel discouraged or defeated. So that was just on my mind today. And my arm is getting really sore. Yeah, that was just something that was on my mind. Well, for a few days. I think I've been feeling quite discouraged, and then like there's a lot going on with the children and a lot of things that I feel like, oh, haven't been done. Like I am a stay-at-home mum. For those of, I know there's people who, there might be one or two people who watch me who know me personally. I'm a stay-at-home mum, so a lot of the time, I try to fill my days a lot of the time, but I'm also in a season where I feel like I need to rest a bit. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't even know if I'm going to post this or not. Yeah, I think I've just been feeling really discouraged lately. You know, really discouraged. And I was just walking down the stairs the other day, and I've got this plant. I have this plant by the door, and as I walked down the stairs, I looked at my plants, and it's just like really growing, and you know, all the leaves are coming out, and that's what God's saying. He's just so proud of me. He's so proud of how I'm growing. He's so proud of, you know, the way I'm going, and I should just look up and just, you know, smile, because really nothing can stop me. Nothing will stop me, so even if I have a few bad days, that's okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to post this, because I didn't know I was going to cry. I apologize, guys, but yeah. So just an encouragement, guys. If you have bad days, it's not the end of the world. Just look up. You know, God smiles down at us. Even when we have a bad day, you know, even when things are going wrong, even when we get frustrated with kids and we shout and things go wrong, or we feel like everything's on top of us, you know, because sometimes I feel like, oh, why do I feel overwhelmed sometimes? I am a stay-at-home mom, you know, and my kids are 9 and 12, you know, they're not exactly babies. But sometimes it does feel like, at times, not all the times, at times certain things do feel on top of me. I'm not sure whether it's the way my brain is wired. I don't know, we're all different, aren't we? My brain might be wired different to the next person. So sometimes it takes a while to accept that. It takes a while it's taken me a while to accept that my brain is wired differently to other people, and I have to embrace that, I guess, because I used to get really upset and cross, that I get stressed easily, you know, and some people around me might not understand why I get stressed so easily, but I'm wonderfully and fearfully made, and I can't question how God has created me. I can't, you know, I've questioned it, I can question it, but he just says, I have made you the way I saw fit for a purpose. I put you on this earth for a purpose. The way you are wired is how I have made you. So you are perfect in the way I've made you is perfect to me. Although it doesn't always feel that way. But yeah, it's all, you know, this is all sort of like mental health and looking after, you know, making sure I look after myself. And making sure I'm always in tune with God, like, you know, every day. So that's kind of like how my brain has to, not function, but like that's how I keep my mental health in check. Like, I have to be in tune with God, and I'm connected to him, you know, I am connected to him. So everything you know, my peace has to come from him. So there's times where, you know, things get busy and I don't really have, especially if I'm not at home, if I'm away, things get busy and I don't have my regular routine and my, you know, usually after lunchtime I'll sit and have quiet time. I don't always have quiet time. I'm not always able to have quiet time. And in those busy periods where stuff is going on with the children or we're away, it's hard trying to navigate that. So as much as I like going away and, you know, being away from home, because I am at home all the time, when I am away from my routine, then it does get a bit tricky. But yeah, I guess it's just being in tune with God. You know, like I said, I'm connected to him and everything comes from him. So my energy comes from him. My peace comes from him. So wired like that. Again, not sure if I'm going to post this. Okay, anyway, guys, I hope you have a blessed day, and I'm sorry if I was ranting a bit. Maybe this was my therapy that I needed today. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your day, and I just pray that you guys are blessed. And we have to keep connecting with God, you know what I mean? Like, away from the busyness. Despite what the world says, let's like just take some time out just to be still and focus on him. And focusing on him doesn't necessarily always mean that you have to be on your knees praying, because I don't always have, you know, I'm not always able to do that. It's just usually like in the garden I'm able to do that, or I just sit outside in the sun or take a walk, whatever it means, just as long as you're not like constantly being busy. I mean, sometimes I have to like wash the dishes and do obviously things around the house, but that's, you know, a moment to talk to God. It's not necessarily what you're doing. It's just as long as we're focused on him all the time, and then everything will be okay. And then everything is not as much of a big deal as what it seems like. And please remember that we are all fearfully and wonderfully made. We're all different, and sometimes it just takes acceptance. I have to accept that I'm made the way God has made me. I might question it, but to him, I'm perfectly made. He's made me with a purpose. He didn't wire me to be like this, you know. It wasn't a mistake. Definitely wasn't a mistake. So he chose this. He chose, you know, for me to be the way I am. So there's no point in, you know, wishing I was different, or, you know, wishing I could handle stress better, whatever that means. Because I guess we're not really made to handle stress. It's just, we're made to lean on God for things, and I have to remember that. And I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.